Fury, fighting man, proud, wants to get back in there as soon as possible, so we'll see.
Boxing fans here in London, it's finally here. Fabio Wardley, Frazer Clarke. Fab, just stretching out a little bit. It's been a long day.
Shaking off, just moving around, mate. Feet are going. No. All good, mate, all good.
Looks like you come prepared for this press conference with that t-shirt. Just talk to me about this t-shirt.
It's a common line I've been using for a little while now with Fraser and Ben Shalom and those guys of who's your daddy? Because look, Frazer Clarke's obviously Ben Shalom's son. He wouldn't let him out to play with the big boys initially when we asked for it, when we wanted it. He wouldn't let us come out, but apparently they think he's come of age, he's grown up, so Daddy Shalom's let him out to play.
You do like to sort of wind people up. I saw in the press conference as well. I think Fraser's obviously respectful of your status as British champion, but he said a few things in there which, you know, you gave a back and forth towards. In regards to Fraser as a fighter, what do you make of him as a fighter? What do you make of his professional career today?
Honestly, his professional career today is poor. The level of opponent is poor. The performances have been poor. I think the best way to match him or compare him is someone like Joe Joyce. And if you look at the kind of fights that Joe Joyce was having at those kind of points in his career, there were leaps and bounds ahead of Fraser, and they've come off the similar background. So why Fraser hasn't taken that route is a question for him, for the team, for whatever, I don't know. But yeah, I don't make much of it.
We know with fighters with great amateur pedigree, it's not always the case that they become a great professional. I think we saw it with Anthony Fowler, who was, I don't want to name drop him, but like he was a fantastic amateur, and by his own accord, he didn't make it to the heights that he thought he could make it to in the professional career. Do you believe that might be the case with Frazer Clarke?
Yeah. I think him, his team, or people around him have seen that he's lacking in some areas. Hence why the slow start to his career in the place of where maybe he should have gone a bit faster. So, like you just said there, you've seen with amateurs, just because you have that pedigree doesn't mean you always make it to the pinnacle, to the top, or you're going to just clean through the pro ranks not like you did in the amateurs, but like people expect you to, at least when you get to the pros. So I think the 31st of March is going to be the full stop on that, to show you that it's not always the route.
After the 31st of March, I know you're only looking at this fight, but I'm sure you're looking at ambitions of fighting some of the big boys in the top 10, top 15. Are you going to be possibly moving away from this level and moving up? Is that going to be the case for this year for yourself?
Yeah, I think so. It's my last one. This will be my last one at British level. Fraser's really the last good competitor out there of worth for a big fight, of a big stage, big event. Then it will be on to international opponents. Obviously, I have a few international belts at the moment, so maybe pick one of those routes to go down to aim myself towards a world title, things like that. But they're all conversations for post-March.
Before I do let you go, I know you've done a lot of press, and you know it has been a long day. I do want to talk about Tyson Fury and that cut. I want to ask you a question. You had a cut. We saw the brawl that happened, and you suffered a cut, and about 6 weeks later or 2 months later, you fought David Adelaide in Riyadh.
Yep.
It was a couple of months later after the cut, right?
I had the cut 6 weeks before the fight, yeah.
I do want to ask you now, a lot of people are saying that cut that Tyson's got, maybe it's a bit too early for him to be fighting on 18th of May, and the advantage goes to Usyk because of that. Do you believe that is the case with something that we've seen that was quite big?
Yeah, but the only reason I say that in comparison to mine is because where my cut was located, obviously under my chin, is not an area that can affect me in the ring. Say the fight with Adelaide, it did reopen, it did split again and start going full of blood. Unless half my face is falling off, the ref's not going to stop it. The blood's not obstructing my view anyway, anything like that. Whereas with Fury's, above his eye, it's the worst place you can get a cut. So I understand the viewpoint of that. It may not be ideal, it might be too soon, but Fury, fighting man, proud, wants to get back in there as soon as possible, so we'll see.
A lot of people are saying, listen, this might be towards the end of Fury's career. Fury just put up an Instagram post now saying, listen, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm going to fight Usyk twice, I'm going to fight AJ twice, I'm going to fight Ngannou. Looks like he's here to stay about. Fabio, we might even see you in the ring in a couple of years' time.
Fuck's sake. Can someone tell him just to chill out, mate? Yeah? I want them guys to just clear off and then I can have my run. I don't need him around for another 2 or 3 years. Nah, look, it's always great to see someone of his abilities, his character, his personality in the sport. So long may it carry on.
Tom and Fabio, I know you've done a lot of media. It's a long day. Thank you very much for giving us your time. Good luck in camp, and we'll see you on Fight Week. Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you.